Over the past few years, it's become harder and harder to be a casual fan of certain artists. Today it feels like you're required to either hate an artist with a burning passion or spend all day doing gymnastics on their meat. There's practically zero middle ground, or at least it feels that way. So, let's dive headfirst into the insane world of the music meat writing epidemic. People have always overloved musicians. Even as far back as the 1950s, people were absolutely in love with artists like Elvis Presley, who has a massive diehard fan base of grandmas even to this day. His fans when he was alive were so obsessed with his music, they would scream and trample each other at his concerts, kind of like what we see today. As time went on, this Elvis level of obsession was far and few between. Only a few people like Michael Jackson, Freddie Mercury, and a few others ever got close to the level that he had. But as time went on, history was bound to repeat itself.
Kareem
And by the 2000s, that time had come.
Set. We're riding on the internet, cyberspace, set free. Hello, virtual reality.
With the introduction of the internet during this time, superfans could connect together more than ever before, and their behavior online became normalized by peers due to a similar level of obsession. They began to create communities of people, all basically controlled by their favorite artists. And this time, it was a lot of different artists at the same time in genres all over the world. And let me start by saying I don't have an issue with these upcoming artists. I have an issue with the amount of glazing they get. If you're a fan of these artists I'm about to talk about, just be respectful of my comments. That's all I'm asking.
That's a haircut, right? Yes. My God, bro. Yo, nice haircut. The glazing is crazy.
If you've watched this channel before, you already know I've talked about Cardi before. But when it comes to rap, there's no other fan base more delusional and diehard than his fans. Year after year, his fans are deceived and tricked into believing he will drop an album, but he never does. The problem for me with Cardi isn't even his fan base or his music. I really fuck with him and I really fuck with his music, but I'm more of a casual listener than anything. This is where my point earlier brings up. I feel like it's impossible to be a chill Cardi fan. I enjoy his music, but I'm not crying over him dropping.
Cardi dropped!
Playboi Carti and his two little pets have gained a cult-like following that honestly scares me sometimes. And it also really pisses me off sometimes too. Every time one of them drops, their fanbase genuinely believes it's the best music they've ever heard in their lives. I like his music, I really do, but not this much. And before you comment, I know a lot of these people are joking, but still, every day it seems less and less like a joke. If you're a casual Cardi fan like me, I think you'll understand where I'm coming from.
Number one Juicer fan of all time. Guess the song in Poem in seconds. If you think you can do better than me, do it. Go.
Hear me calling. Burn. I'm still.
Another rapper that gets meat and written all the time is Juice WRLD. I was tempted to throw X in here, but I already know I'm going to get a bunch of slander from all the Juice WRLD fans, so I'm going to stay away from that. Juice WRLD fans are different from Cardi fans, and frankly a lot less annoying. Juice WRLD definitely has a certain type of fan, and most of the time they're not that bad. Yeah, there's a huge stigma around liking Juice and listening to him, but I think anyone who appreciates rap enough will listen to him and, enjoy him from time to time. That being said, his stands will never fail to make me laugh. I've seen at least a dozen TikToks where it's like a firefighter and it says, how many people did you save? And it's like, oh, 10 people. And then it's another picture of some other guy, like a soldier, like Iron Man or something. It's like, how many people did you save? And it's like 50. And then it shows a picture of Juice WRLD. It's like ... And now I know people are going through things and I don't want to attack them, but I think we can all agree saying that he saved you is a bit overboard. That's like a really heavy thing to say. I get a lot of people resonate with his music and everything, but regardless of any of that, I really think that that's another level of just glazing. And like Cardi, I don't even think he's a bad artist at all. I just think that his fan base can go a little bit overboard sometimes.
Every muscle in my body hurts. From fishing, nigga. Can you believe that? From fighting off the fat bitches, nigga.
I know I'm a rap focused channel, but it wouldn't be a stan video if we didn't talk about BTS. And also since my entire fan base can probably agree with me on this one. And it'll be really funny. We all know at least one girl that has an obsession with BTS. And BTS stans are not like other kinds of stans. They build shrines to Jungkook and hang pictures of them all over their wall. I understand liking someone, but this is like stalker level shit. And then there's that one guy who had himself surgically modified to look Korean. Like, bro, that is fucking psycho. And it wouldn't be nearly as bad if they didn't have to publicly announce it every single second. It's like their every single Instagram story and every single Snapchat story has to have a BTS song on it. To me, it's honestly baffling. I think it's actually high-key creepy, the level of obsession these people have with BTS. And I think every single one of my viewers can agree. I hope none of them find this video, because you already know if they find it, they will dox the hell out of me instantaneously. No college, no job, no career. I'll get swatted every single day of my life. Assassins will be called to my houses, airstrikes, you know, all that bullshit. And all because I talked about BTS. Same thing with Taylor Swift fans, they do the same shit.
Now this is cool! Picked up in a billionaire's private jet to check out his brand new hotel before anybody else!
But why? I think people become stans of these artists to try and create an identity based on another person. Maybe they feel like there's something missing, so they try to fill the gap by becoming a fan of another person and just imitating everything they do. And you know what? I don't blame them. It can be really hard to know who you are, especially as you're growing up. Having something in your life you can anchor yourself to does actually sound pretty comforting, so I do understand that part of it. I also get wanting to become part of a bigger community that has a common interest that you also have. You know, fitting in and being part of a group of people is really definitely another big reason that people become stans, but I think people just go so far when they do this, it just gets, you know, too much. In the end, people will always be stans of certain musicians, and I don't think that will ever change. At this point, stans are part of internet culture, and it's just something we have to live with. And I'm not going to give a solution to this problem. I don't think there's anything I can really do about it, and I don't think it's necessarily something I should be solving. I'm just a guy, right? I'm not like a psychiatrist who can study this in like a lab, so I'm not going to try to make any points like that. But some of y'all definitely do need to be studied in a lab for sure. There's a very good chance I pissed you off in this video. I mean, half of my fan base is Cardi fans, and the other half is probably Juice WRLD fans. And I know my comments are going to be flooded with people making points about, oh, Cardi's this, Juice WRLD's that, X is whatever. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I want to hear you guys' perspectives. I really do. But my thing is, I don't have a problem with any of the artists. I like Juice WRLD and I like Cardi. But I just have a problem with the amount of absolute meat writing that they just receive 24/7, 365. It's totally okay to like someone's music, but don't let your love for someone block out the possibility of other people making good music. Don't let it become a bias in your life, and just be open to new sounds and things you haven't heard before. I know that I try to be. There's sometimes when I'm not, but I definitely try to be. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, even if you are a BTS stan.